Well, the effects are being felt immediately. Crude oil prices rising more than 3%, hitting 3.5-year highs after the US president abandoned that nuclear deal and announced what he said would be the highest level of sanctions against the OPEC member. Brent crude oil touching its highest since November 2014 at $77.20 a barrel. The benchmark contract was up 2.4% at $76.65. The US light crude WTI was also up 2.5% at $70.76 at a time when the crude market is already tight. The US ignoring pleas by allies and pulling out of that international agreement, raising the risk of conflict in the area and also casting uncertainty over global oil supplies. Shanghai crude futures have hit their strongest in dollar terms since they were launched. Iran re-emerged as a major oil exporter in 2016 after international sanctions against it were lifted in return for curbs on its nuclear program. With its April exports standing above 2.6 million barrels a day, that made Iran the third biggest exporter of crude within the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, behind Saudi Arabia and Iraq. Aisha Sindhu now joining us from the WION newsroom. We're seeing that impact being felt immediately in crude oil prices. India exports it. Iran is about the third largest exporter of oil to India. So India would also be impacted if those sanctions go through?
Absolutely, Amitabh, and this is a worry not just in India but across Asia as well. We've already heard reports of how many Asian countries are already scaling back their interaction with Iran when it comes to the import of oil. Now, the next 180 days are going to be extremely crucial because this is the period of time during which negotiations between the other JCPOA partners and Iran will take place. Let's see if there is a plan B that might emerge from that point on. But even the concern or even the idea of this, failing to go through has created a bit of a stir in the markets already. Oil prices, as you were mentioning, at 3.5-year highs already. So a lot of concerns right now. Iran, of course, if it does have those sanctions reimposed, the highest sanctions, as the United States president said, will see, its export of oils facing the brunt of those sanctions. And if that does happen, we're going to see oil prices go up. Other partners like Saudi Arabia are probably going to be the key beneficiaries if something like that happens. So it's a wait and watch game at this point in time.
Aisha Sindhu reporting from the WION newsroom.